May I start? Can I keep my camera off? It's the same opening prayers, right? Which we do every time. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhavatanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale
Srimate
Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai, very good. Didn't see any problem in that. That was fine. Should do it more often. So Vishakha Mataji, over to you.
Yes, Master. Thank you. So, learning from all my predecessors in this class, I've also written down my gratitude. It's a good thing that the previous girls did. To begin with, I'm indebted to my parents, especially my mom, for raising me in a God-conscious environment. She taught by her example, by doing it herself year after year. It was a solid foundation. Then I'm very grateful to my husband for guiding me with his high ethics and conduct. He always walks the talk. And then came Braj Prabhu and Bhanu Mataji, and they gave a new direction to my life completely, along with all the other devotees of BBJS, including Her Grace Supriya Radhika Mataji. I am indebted to Guru Maharaj for accepting me as his disciple despite having almost no qualifications, rescuing me from myself. I'm grateful to my boys for their good conduct and ethics like their father, and for tolerating my shortcomings. I'm profoundly grateful to Nandini Bhakti Viksha. Each one of you has helped me grow as a person. Your sincerity, your humility, your support, and your cooperation has helped me grow through these years and through the lockdowns. And finally, I am eternally in debt to Srila Prabhupada. May he employ me as his servant eternally. He rescued me from myself and he continues to do so. I'm grateful to my friends and well-wishers, but I'm even more grateful to those who are not favorable to me. They have made me aware of my faults, which friends may not do so out of love. So I'm grateful for good health, good guidance, and a precious life on this planet Earth in the country of India. I beg for your blessings and prayers that this life does not get wasted this time. May I use this opportunity fully. Hare Krishna.
Jay, that was so profound, so nice. So many things to learn from your gratitude. So many things. Yeah. Especially, yeah, we have to be grateful even for unfavorable conditions because we learn more from unfavorable than favorable. So true. So true. Wonderful. So, who said gratitude is fertile, like a fertile soil, right? I think Hema, you said that, or Anjali said that. Someone said that. So that's where your bhakti bija is, and it has to grow and reach Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Okay, so without any further ado, let's begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Please repeat.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswati Vyasam
Tato Jayam Udirayet
Tato Jayam Mudire
Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu
Nashtaye Sabhradeshu
Kyam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Tir Bhagati Naishtiki. Okay, Hare Krishna. So welcome back. So today we're going to finish the first chapter. Yeah, so questions by sages. So before we finish the last few shlokas, the 6 shlokas, which are not so big, it's pretty simple. Let's do a quick recap from the beginning because the beginning of this chapter is full of packed with philosophy. So we'll do a quick recap of it. Okay. I'll just share the screen. We'll start from the first verse. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadasya Yato Anvayaditarataschateeshvabhignaswarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Moyanti Yat Suryaha Tejo Vari Mridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargom Risha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirastakuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. So these are shlokas. First three is a must memorize. If you chant it every day, you'll just get it eventually. So don't be deterred by the size. So this shloka, so the first three shlokas, what is it? It's the
Sambandha Abhidheya.
yes. And what is Srila Vyasadeva doing here? He is offering his
Huh?
prayer. Vyasadeva is offering his prayers in the first three. This is Mangalacharan. All right. So if somebody is unmuted, there is a lot of work. Please check. Yeah. Okay. So this first one is Sambandha. So this talks about Sambandha. Who is Krishna? He is the absolute truth. So in this shloka, we have 6 features of the Lord, right? Absolute truth. What are these features? He is fully.
Abhignaswarat.
Yes.
Cause.
Yes, cause of all causes. He's fully cognizant. Abhigna. He's Swarat. He's fully independent. He is the controller, right? And he is also, if you see, Muyanti Yat Suryaha, he even puts Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, the Devatas under illusion, right? And he gives you also from the reactions of the 3 modes, he delivers you, right? So this is, so also if you see the last, Satyam Param Dhimahi is also important because I meditate upon you. So this, Jiva Goswami says in his Sandarbha that this is the Gayatri Mantra. Satyam Param Dhimahi is the Gayatri Mantra. Okay. So the full explanation is very detailed, in depth. We won't touch upon that so soon. Slowly, as you progress, we'll come back to it. So that's the first shloka. Then the second one, after Sambandha comes?
Abhidheya.
Abhideya,
And what is Abhideya?
the process of establishing a relationship with Krishna.
Yes. Right. Just one sec. Oh, it is so long. Srila Prabhupada is just amazing. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam Vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va parerishvaraha Sadyo hritya varudyate trakritibihi shushrushubistakshanat. So what does this do? It rejects all fruitive, all the the religiosity, all the processes which is just giving you something for return. Anything which is for any fruitive intention, this rejects it, right? And it's talking about who is the Mahamuni Krite, written by Vyasadeva. And what will happen? What is the fruit, or what is the result we get by hearing this wonderful thing?
Threefold
Is
miseries, Trigunya.
yes, it uproots the threefold miseries, and it also, the Lord, one is it uproots, and the second part is, what is the other result? The Supreme Lord.
None.
Continue.
There is none other than Krishna. Subject matter of Bhagavatam is there, none other than Krishna.
None other than Krishna. So Krishna is then seated in your heart because of this. Yeah, whoever submissively hears this knowledge, the Lord, Supreme Lord, is established within his heart. So if you look at one result, it is that what is destroyed, the threefold miseries are destroyed. It uproots. But that is not enough, right? If you uproot threefold miseries, there has to be something positive. So what is a positive? What are you gaining from it? You're gaining that when you submissively hear this, the Lord is established in your heart. Right? So that is the Abhideya. And the third one is?
Prayojan.
Prayojan.
And what is the meaning of Prayojan?
The goal.
The goal. Yes. Nigamakалпатароргалитам phalam shukhamukhadamritadravasamyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. So the Vedic literatures are compared to the desire tree. Okay, so the Vedas are like the desire tree. And the Bhagavatam is compared to a
Ripened fruit.
ripened fruit. And the ripened fruit is already very sweet. And why does Bhagavatam become sweeter here?
Shukmukhad.
Shukhamukhad. Yes, because it's been pecked by the parrot, makes it sweeter. Here it is Shukadev Goswami. It has emanated from his lips. Therefore, it is even more tasteful. Yeah, or although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, but it's become even more tasteful because Shukadev Goswami has spoken it. And who's saying this? Vyasdev is saying this. Vyasdev is, he's the Mahamuni Krite, he wrote it. But he is saying that, it was already very nice. But because Shukadev spoke it, it's become even better. So therefore, he's included this in it. Yeah. Okay. So here, fourth, the sages have gathered here to perform a 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of his devotees. And how many sages do we remember?
88,000. 88,000.
Yeah, 88,000. So, and sorry, just want to. Yeah. Okay. So they have Naimisharanya. We spoke about the qualities of Naimisharanya. Anjali, you need to mute, sweetie. It's quite noisy. Yeah. So Naimisharanya was near Lucknow. We saw it. What was the greatness of Naimisharanya? You remember it's the hub, it's the center. Yeah. Yeah. So if you understand why the place, why didn't they just assemble somewhere? Why not anywhere else? Because, right from the central, it's easier to broadcast, right? So it's important to know the why Kurukshetra was important. You know, the first shloka is Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre, right? The Kurukshetra was Dharmakshetra. What was the greatness of the place? So that same way you should know the greatness of Naimisharanya also. You know, it is a holy place. It is somewhere where you must visit also whenever positive. Why? You should know the importance of Vrindavan Dham. Why is Vrindavan? We all know it, but then still you must try to read from the scriptures the importance, the glories of the Dham. Mayapur Navadvip Dham. You know that Lord Chaitanya was born there, but why? What is actually from the scriptures? What is the Navadvip, Shweta Dvip? What is it? If you understand that, then your attraction, your attachment to these places will increase. So it's important. That's why Srila Prabhupada has given all this in the purports. Okay, text 5 talks about how they approached Suta Goswami and made the inquiries. So what was the main point Srila Prabhupada mentions here is the morning. How morning time is the best for spiritual activities. And we also touched upon that. Yeah. So now all the rishis, they approach, and these next few verses talks about the qualities of Suta Goswami. Anyone remembers?
Should be submissive and gentle.
Gentle.
Yes. Yes. Do you know which words from the? Let's start from this verse. What is the qualities in this verse?
Anagha.
Anagha, free from all vices. Yeah. And aditani, akhyatani, aditani. Akhyatani, he can explain it. Aditani, he is well read. Akhyatani, aditani is very important. So even us, when we are speaking to others, we need to be both akhyatani and aditani. It's not enough that you're well read. You need to explain it also properly. Yeah, teaching is an art. So that's what Suta Goswami was. He was akhyatani and aditani. Yeah. And then the next shloka talks about, which are the two words, Neha? You said?
Submissive and gentle.
Submissive and gentle. Yeah. Let's hear this one. Which are the words? Snigdasya, Snigda and Saumya. Saumya is pure, simple, gentle, and Snigda is submissive. So what happens when you're submissive?
You're able to see.
You'll take more. You are open to it. You're submissive, so basically you're receiving more.
You're receiving more. So if you're submissive, then the spiritual master blesses you. Yeah, it says in the shloka, Guruvo Guyam Apyuta. If the Shishya is Snigda, Snigdasya Shishyasya, then Guruvo Guyam Apyuta. The Guru then endows you with all the secrets. He blesses you. He also wants to empower his disciples with the knowledge he knows. But if the disciple is not submissive, then he will also hold back. Why does a guru hold back? Because everyone progresses at their own pace. If you give too much at the beginning, then there's a chance of people running away. So if you're submissive, then the spiritual master also endows you with the secrets. Yeah, Guruvo Guyam Apyuta. So those were the qualities of Suta Goswami. Oops, what did I do? Okay, just a sec. I don't know. Okay. Yep, got it. Okay, so those were the qualities of Suta Goswami. And then we go to the next verse. Yeah, so then they ask him to explain, and then, so what, why are they doing this? Why did they ask him to talk about Bhagavatam?
Because they know that the Kali Yuga is on the way, and the qualities of Kali Yuga has been discussed in next verse.
Yes. So Dwapar Yuga was ending, Kali Yuga was going to begin, the Lord had returned to his abode, and what are the qualities of the people in Kali Yuga?
Alpayusha, short life.
Very good.
Short, like lazy, and
Lazy. Yes. Kala.
quarrelsome.
Some fault.
Guided.
Manda. So this verse is very important. You need to
Bhagya.
memorize it. So if you memorize it, you will know the qualities.
It's the 10th
So-
verse, right?
Yes. 10th verse. Yes. So prayena alpa ayusha. Alpa ayusha, short lives, short duration of life. Manda, so manda mateo. What is manda?
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Lazy. Manda bhagya is unlucky.
Lazy.
So manda mateo,
Misguided.
Misguided.
guided. Manda bhagya,
Hmm.
unlucky.
Unfortunate.
Unlucky.
Yes. And upadrataha,
Always
Disturbed.
Quarrelsome.
Always disturbed.
Always disturbed.
yeah. So how are we always disturbed? We are disturbed, but if someone asked you, but I'm not disturbed, how are we disturbed? We are disturbed by so much propaganda. There is propaganda in everything. If there is education, there is propaganda. If there is religion, there is propaganda. If there is food, there is propaganda. Eat vegan, don't eat vegan, eat vegetarian, eat organic, eat this, eat. So that is propaganda. So you're disturbed, you don't know what to do. Then suddenly there'll be a new thing coming up. Okay, you must drink coffee to lose weight. Then another thing will come, if you drink coffee, it is bad for the heart. So propaganda, what is it? Disturbs you. Political propaganda, religious propaganda, always disturbs you. If you just think, you may think you have a peaceful life, but if you just think for a moment, there is always a discussion going on. Now of course, Shravan month, there was a procession, people put through stones. So what is that coming to you? Open the news channel, propaganda. Sports propaganda, politics. So if someone asks you, but I'm not disturbed, it's not possible. Yeah, everyone is disturbed. So that is propaganda. So because Kali Yuga was beginning, and therefore the sages were so soft-hearted, they wanted Suta Goswami to say what is the best for the people in Kali Yuga. So then we'll just move on to what are the 6 questions. Anyone can tell me which is the first one?
That the state. What is the absolute and the ultimate goal for the people in general in this age of Kali?
Yes. So, one second, let me just, yeah. And which verse is that? Have you noted that down?
1.9.
Verse 9.
1.9.
Verse 9.
Yes. So verse 9 talks about what is the absolute and ultimate good for people in general. The second one, what is the next question?
Explain the essence of all scriptures. Verse 11.
Yes. Explain the essence of all scriptures for the good of all living beings. Yes. Question 3.
1.10.
Why
Did the
1.12?
Lord appear in the
Lord,
form
yeah.
of Devaki as a son of Vasudeva?
Exactly. Very nice.
1.1.12.
Yes. 1.1.
12.
12. Correct. Fourth question.
Purusha Avtaras. Then
Yes,
about Purusha.
correct. describe the Lord's adventures in his various incarnations. So Jiva Goswami says this indicates the Purusha avatars because he's asking the Lord's adventures in the material world. So the first incarnations in the material world was first Karanodakshaya Vishnu or Mahavishnu, then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and then Kshirodakshaya. So before the material world is created, or all the jivas are created, this is the sequence. The first 3 Purusha avatars. Only then do the other avatars come. So what is the 5th question?
This question 4 is 1.14.
4th question is 17.
17.
17.
Then is Leela avatars.
Yes. Narrate the transcendental pastimes of the Lords in his multi-incarnations. Multi-incarnations, which is the Leela avatars. So many Leelas. All are not even completely mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Yeah. So Vyasadeva only mentioned what was relevant to us, what was needed for us.
That's which number?
18. Yeah. And the 6th one, we haven't done yet, right? So we will do it today. So before that, we need to go back to the verse 15 because this is an important verse. Yeah. What does this tell us? It tells us that, O Suta, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the waters of the Ganges can sanctify only after a prolonged use. Yeah. So why we mentioned about this, remember?
It shows the power of devotees, Lord's devotees.
Yes. Anything else?
There's a difference between piety and bhakti.
Correct. Absolutely. Anything else? So, therefore, it is very important to understand Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha is the backbone of your spiritual journey, of your bhakti. At no point in your Bhakti Lata Bij, if you see Madhurya Kadimbini, right from seed is your Shraddha, Bhakti Lata Bij, when it sprouts, that little stem which grows up, even after you reach the point of prema, you will still have Sadhu Sangha. There is no point in this entire journey where you can isolate yourself and say, I do not need Sadhu Sangha. I have all the information. I have everything at the tip of my fingers on the net. I can download everything. I am intelligent. I will read and I will reach prema. And that's it. I am going to associate with Krishna. It is not possible because Krishna himself wants to associate with devotees. So Sadhu Sangha over here, please try to, every time you think it's okay, let me not have Sadhu Sangha, let me not, let me just be by myself, just open this verse and read this. Take this as an anthem for Sadhu Sangha, because there might have already been, and there will be stages in your life and you will feel, I just don't want to do anything. I'm just going to sit by myself and do some reading and, but it's not possible. You will fall down. Sadhu Sangha is your backbone. So, so another thing is Ganga, River Ganga, when you take your dip in the River Ganga, yes, she washes your sin. But what does the devotee do when he gives you bhakti? It also destroys your intention or the desire to commit sin.
Tendency to sin.
Yes, which is in prarabdha, which is not yet sprouted. So
there is one small story related to this. You know about Bhakta Pundalik. He is a devotee of Vitthal. So when he was there in ashram, I don't remember the Rishi's name, with his parents, every day evening he used to see two ladies very dirty. They used to come to the ashram, and the whole night they clean the ashram. Morning they were very clean while going back. So 2 days he observed, and then the third day he asked, "So who are you?" So they said, "I am Saraswati and one more river. So we are the
Ganga.
river Ganga." So but the other devotees, like, they come in our, they take the bath, so we get dirty, and we come to the ashram and we do the seva of this Vaishnava, and then we get clean next day.
Yes, very nice. Then Pundalik, what did he do? He asked them, right? Which is the worst sin. And she says that neglecting or ill-treating your parents is the worst sin. And then he starts serving, and then he goes back. And that also is how the deity of Panduranga comes to, yeah, it is the story about the appearance of the deity of Lord Panduranga in that form. Vitthal, yeah, Vitthal. Okay, so today we did till 16 last time, and did we do 17? Yeah, we'll do 17 again today. Yeah. So please repeat after me. Tasya karmanyudarani
Tasya karmanyudarani
parigitani suribhihi
parigitani suribhihi
bruhi na shraddhadhananam
bruhi na shraddhadhananam
leelaya dadatha kalaha.
Leelaya dadhata kalaha.
Okay, so the translation is: His transcendental acts are magnificent and gracious, and great learned sages like Narad sing of them. Please therefore speak to us who are eager to hear about the adventures he performs in his various incarnations. Yes, we did this, which is Leela avatars. He talks about the Leela avatars. So here, Srila Prabhupada has said that all these, his creations, both material and spiritual, are all wonderful and contain all variegatedness. So the Lord also likes variety. Yeah, he has a large variety, and all these are nicely described by Srila Narad, Vyasadeva, Valmiki, Devala, Asita, Madhva, Sri Chaitanya, Ramanuja, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarka, Sridhar, Vishwanath Baladev, Bhakti Vinod, Siddhanta Saraswati. So he's taken everyone's name in our parampara, as many as he could. So all these are described by our acharyas. So we need to really pay attention. Okay, I'm just going to quickly read this. These creations, both material and spiritual, are full of opulence, beauty, and knowledge. But the spiritual realm is more magnificent due to its being full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. Sat Chid Anand. The material creations are manifested for some time as perverted shadows of the spiritual kingdom and can be likened to cinemas. They attract people of less intelligent caliber who are attracted by false things. So in the movies also, in the cinemas, we've seen that, we have these stories and about all these superhuman activities, and so all these things which we see in movies and all are all inspired from the spiritual world, because all these happen. And what do? We're just inspired by these stories, and so many trashy novels. I mean, you can't say trashy, also very interesting, nice novels or books in our childhood where we've read and we've enjoyed reading it and all. But it doesn't really transcend us, right? So Lord's incarnations are, related to so in the previous verse, we talked about the Purusha avatars. Here we are talking about the Leela avatars. And it's likened, so Srila Prabhupada very nicely says it's likened to cinemas, something which we go see and enjoy. And this was also misinterpreted by the British, and they call it, what do they call it? Mythology. And we believe that these are just something very extraordinary stories, which we just enjoy listening and then we forget about it. But these are not just stories. These are pastimes of the Lord, where the Lord descends. Why? For us, right? He descends for us so that we can actually see what are his relationships in the material, in the spiritual world. So he comes, takes his avatar for us. So in one of the previous verses, what was the meaning of Vasudev? Vasudev, I think it was in the 7th verse or something, 9th or 7th. Vasudev means the transcendental position of the Lord, where he, he then expands to take his avatars here so that he can show us. He gives us so much mercy by just revealing his pastimes. So the different pastimes, so many pastimes, it's not possible, like Varaha Dev and Kurma Dev. Kurma avatar lifted the entire mountain. Is it possible for us normal humans to see that form? Or Varaha Dev who lifted the entire Bhumi on his tusk? It's not. But then there are forms which people, have seen and really attracted towards them. Lord Ram, the most attractive. That's why his name is Ram, the one who gives so much pleasure. Balaram, Lord Krishna, or Narsimhadev, all these extraordinary pastimes have come so that we can see his glory and we can relate to it. So we'll move on to the next verse. Do you want me to share, or you'll have it open? Just let me know. Anyone wants me to share it?
Yes, ma'am. If you can, please.
Okay, I'll share it. Sure. Okay, 18. Atha kya hi hare dhiman. Please repeat, someone.
Take Hari Man.
Avatara katha shubhaha.
Avatara Katha Subha.
Leela vidadhata svairam.
Leela Vidadhata Swaram.
Ishwarasyatma mayaya.
Ishwarasyatma Mayaya.
O wise Sutta, please narrate to us the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Godhead's multi-incarnations, such auspicious adventures and pastimes of the Lord, the Supreme Controller, are performed by his internal powers. So for the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material worlds, the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, himself appears in many thousands of forms of incarnations. And the specific adventures found in those transcendental forms are all auspicious. But those who are present during such activities and those who hear the transcendental narrations of such activities, both those who are present and those who hear are benefited. So we are benefited just by listening to it. So narrate the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Godhead's multi-incarnation. Sorry, this is the Leela avatars and the other one was the Purusha avatars. 19 is Vayam Tuna Vitrapyama.
Vayam tu na vitrapayama.
Uttama Shloka Vikrame.
Uttam shloka vikrame.
Yat Shrinvatam Rasa Jnana.
Yat shrinvatam rasa jnanam.
Swadu Sadhu Pade Pade.
Swadu swadu pade pade.
We never tire of hearing the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Uttama Shloka, another name for Krishna. Yeah, the one who is, what does it mean? The the one who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationships with him relish hearing of his pastimes at every moment. Swadu, swadu, pade, pade. So in this context, Srila Prabhupada has given in the purport, I'll read from the purport from here, for example. Yeah. For example, anyone may read Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam repeatedly throughout his whole life and yet find in them new light of information. Very important. And I think all of us have gone through it also. All of us, relate to this, that every time we read, we find new information, especially Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavatam, I don't know whether, we read it so many times as Bhagavad Gita, but every time you read it or hear it, there is new information, there are new realizations. But mundane news is static, whereas transcendental news is dynamic. Mundane news is just the same. 50 years ago, same Congress, same BJP, same thing, static. This one is good, that one is bad, static. Everything. Someone, Russia attacked someone, static. China problem, static. Mundane news is static, it just does not change. But transcendental is dynamic, which means it just takes you to a new level. Every time it lifts your bar higher, your realization gets deeper and deeper, and you just go closer and closer to Krishna. It makes you want to do more. So that is why. So just like spirit is dynamic and matter is static. So Srila Prabhupada very clearly says, spirit is dynamic. The soul is dynamic. It can never be static. But matter, our body, is static. Those who have developed a taste for understanding the transcendental subject matter are never tired of hearing such narrations. So in the stage of ruchi, when you come to stage of ruchi, shraddha, then sadhu sangha, anartha nivriti, bhajana kriya, anartha nivriti, then, ruchi, nishtha and then ruchi. So when you come to nishtha and ruchi, you want to hear more and more and more. It doesn't matter who is singing kirtan. Some new person must be singing kirtan. Doesn't matter whether his voice is good, whether the tune is good. You just don't care. Why? Because you're attached. You have that taste for the holy name. Doesn't matter who's giving class. It's not that you're only waiting for some advanced person to give class. It can be anyone, person giving class the first time, but you relish it. Why? Because you have taste for Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. You don't care about who is giving class. Because anyone giving class, you will relish it. So you are not satiated by transcendental or devotional activities. You want to do more. Every day we wake up and we finish our chanting and we go, if possible, to Mangalarti. Do we get tired of it? No. When we go to Vrindavan, even for 4 days, a week or whatever, do we get tired of waking up and going for Mangalarti? It's never that, oh, same na, yesterday we saw, today also it's going to be the same thing. Same aarti, same deities, maybe dress will change, but who knows? I did not even notice what they were wearing. No, same tulsi aarti na, same plant they're going to keep. No, you will not. We will run for it. I've seen all of us just run because we want to be there in front of Srila Prabhupada Samadhi before the aarti starts. So you will not be satiated. Srila Prabhupada clearly says. So Uttama Shloka also indicates that literature is not meant for nescience. Nescience is people who are in ignorance. Yeah, mundane literature is in the mode of darkness or ignorance, whereas transcendental literature is quite different. Transcendental literature is above the mode of darkness, and its light becomes more and more luminous with progressive reading and realization of the transcendental subject matter. And we have to be grateful to Guru. So which is that prayer we chant? Which is the Mangala Charan we chant? Darkness, light.
Om Ajnanatimidandasya.
Yes, yes. So we are grateful to Guru for what?
For giving us knowledge.
To
Yes,
remove the darkness.
yes.
For guiding us along the path.
The darkness is,
Agyan.
yes, and light is, yeah. So is it possible to do it by yourself? No,
Oh,
not.
no.
It's not. Just like you can switch on the light, but unless and until there is no electricity connection, the light is not, you're still going to be in darkness. You still need that electricity connection in your switch. You can try switching it on, off. You tried 120, whatever, how many times. But unless and until there is no connection of electricity in that, you're not going to get light. The same way, you can try how much ever by trying to read these books or gaining knowledge on your own. But you will not be out of darkness. You will not get light without the connection of a sadhu. So please understand this. This is very important. Okay, because spiritual life and material life are material life is a reflection. In the 13th, in the Bhagavad Gita also, Urdhva Moolam Idam Shakam, right? Yes, so the banyan tree, roots are here, but it's a reflection. It's an upside down banyan tree, right? The material world. So the same way it's there even for knowledge. Material knowledge also you need a guru. Spiritual knowledge, definitely you need a guru. Definitely, right? So in this verse it's written, Vayam tuna vitrapyama. So the sages say, Vayam tuna vitrapama. They say we will not be satisfied. So they say that we've not had enough. In two ways. If he has, so let's say that someone is eating masala dosa. Okay, and he doesn't. So there are two ways that person says, oh, enough. One is if he doesn't like it, but still he's hungry, so he has to eat it. So he says, okay, enough. I've eaten one, enough. My hunger is satiated. Second is that if he likes it also, how much can he eat? He likes it, but his hunger is satiated, so he will say, okay, I've had enough. But this is above that. The sages are saying that we will never be satiated. We've not had enough. Why? Because they are aware of the taste and they want to relish more and more Srimad Bhagavatam. Swadu, swadu, pade, pade. More and more rasa. They're not tired of it. They have more and more rasa. They haven't yet started, right? Sutta Goswami hasn't even started. They're still asking questions. He hasn't even started narration yet. He hasn't even spoken a word, right? It's just the sages. But they're telling him, don't worry. They are reassuring Sutta Goswami that even though you've not started, we understand, but we understand the nectar. So we're very eager. Please go on. So actually, what are they doing? They are motivating Sutta Goswami to narrate the Bhagavatam, right? So we'll go to verse 20 now. Kritavan kila karmani. No one?
Kritavan kila karmani.
Saharamena Keshava.
Saharamena Keshava.
Ati martyani bhagavan.
Ati martyani bhagavan.
Gudha kapata manushaha.
Gudha kapata manushaha.
So this is very interesting. So Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, along with Balaram, played like a human being, and so masked he performed many superhuman acts. Saharamena, along with Balaram, and Ati Martyani, superhuman acts. Arti Martyani. So he is actually the Superman. He's superhuman. So if you just pause here and think about his superhuman acts, can we just list his superhuman acts? Forget about Superman being a full-grown man. A baby, a month-old baby, a 6-month-old baby, superhuman acts. Okay, let's all just think about these superhuman acts. Can we just list out a few? I'll start with Putana. This demon who was swallowing babies. You know how big she was? She was so huge, 800 feet mountain. She was just swallowing babies like we eat grapes. At least we bite grapes. She was just swallowing newborn babies. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And what did this baby Krishna do? Just suck the life out. It was just playing on her after doing that. If that isn't superhuman, what is? Anything else y'all can think of? There's so many, right? Just one. Come on, let's all think about
Lifting the
it all.
Govardhan,
Lifting the Govardhan hill.
lifting Govardhan mountain.
Yeah, and that too on his pinky, on this left pinky. And
Dancing on
not
Kali.
even, yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I interrupted you. I was saying dancing on the Kalyanag.
Exactly.
Kalyana.
Isn't that
Aghasur.
superhuman? What else?
Aghasur.
Aghasur. Imagine that. Imagine that. Trinavarta. You know, Trinavarta. Let's talk about
Shaktasur.
Shakatasur. Shakatasur, we couldn't even see him, right? He had a ghostly form. His form was made of air. Couldn't even see him.
He said it on the
Kalia.
Yes. Yes. So many superhuman forms. And Trinavarta, what happened? Trinavarta was the whirlwind, right? It was just uprooting everything around him. So when he lifted Krishna was a small baby. When you lift a small baby, what does the baby do? It just latches onto you, right? Out of fear, right? Won't let you go. Krishna did not let go of Trinavarta because he was so scared. It seems, apparently scared. Didn't let go. It hung, took off. Now think about, let's say you go 100 feet into the sky. Is there any chance of falling back on the same place with the wind? I mean, all those who have done paragliding or, jumping off the airplane, I don't know. You have to jump off at a certain spot to fall at a certain spot. Trinavarta took him 100 feet up into the air. Krishna held on to him, killed him. Trinavarta fell straight back in the same place. Not a single cow shed was destroyed. Not a house was destroyed. No trees were destroyed. And all the gopis were, the gopis' mothers, the elderly gopis were searching, where's Krishna? Where's Krishna? The body of that Trinavarta fell there. And what happened? The entire body, everything was broken except the chest. Why? Because on that Krishna was sitting. If that isn't superhuman, then what is? So that is what is given in this verse. Ati Martyani. Yeah, superhuman. Where am I? Okay, let me just. Atimartyani, yeah, superhuman. And the other word which you must, kapata manusha, apparently, kapata, do you all know the meaning of kapat? Anyone?
छल कपट कहते हैं हमेशा.
छल कपट. So, Krishna, सबसे बड़े छल कपटी तो वही है. So what does he do? He hides himself. So when he went to kill Jarasandh, what did he do? He hid himself as a Brahmin. He did not reveal himself. Right? And for the demons, what does he do? He does not reveal himself. Kapata. He does not reveal himself. But for the gopis, so now what? Again, another kapat. Now for the gopis, he played his flute. What did the gopis do? They left everything. They left their husbands, their babies, their homes, their everything. He came. In the middle of the night, they come to him. And what does he do? He gives them a lecture on morality. He gives them a lecture on morality and says, this is not right. You should not do this. What? Go back home. Who asked him to play the flute then? So this is Kapata Manusha. So he, for the demons, he keeps them in their ignorance. And for devotees, he is deceptive. So it's like, according to your nature, he deceives you. According to your nature. So for the demons, it's frustrating. But for the devotees, even that kapata is so relishable. They love it. Yeah. So that's Krishna for you. So then we'll go to the next verse. So what do they want? They want Suta Goswami to narrate all this to them. 21. Kalim agatam agnaya. Okay, I'll chant it. Kshetresmin Vaishnave Vayam Asina Dirgha Satrena Kathayam Sakshana Hare. Knowing well that the age of Kali has already begun, we are assembled here in this holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of Godhead, and in this way perform sacrifice. So here in the purport, it talks about Satya Yuga, the golden period, and Treta, Dwapar, so silver, copper, and what are the different Yuga Dharma in each. Like we've already spoken about this, so I won't say too much. 22. Tvamna sandarshito dhatra dustaram nitite shatam kalim sattva haram pumsam karnadhara ivarnavam. We think we have met your goodness by the will of providence, just so that we may accept you as captain of the ship for those who desire to cross the difficult ocean of Kali, which deteriorates all the good qualities of a human being. So here, Suta Goswami is the captain of the ship. And we want to cross the difficult ocean of Kali. So the spiritual master is the captain of the ship. The spiritual master will steer the ship in the direction according to favorable winds, the winds, right? So we have to depend on the spiritual master. So that is what is written over here. Suta Goswami, the sages are saying that you are the captain of the ship. For us, our guru, the spiritual master, is the captain of the ship. We depend on him and we completely trust him to cross this material ocean of nations. And the last verse, Bruhi Yogeshware Krishne Brahmanye Dharma Varmani Swam Kashtam Adhunopete Dharmakam Sharanam Gataha. Since Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us to whom the religious principles have now gone for shelter. So this is your last, sixth question. Whom did the religious principle take shelter of after Lord Krishna's departure? And that's the end of this chapter of the first chapter, first canto, first chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Questions by the Sages. So, any questions, or can we move on to Kahoot? Any questions? Okay, no questions, then we move on. Okay. Okay, get ready then. Just 10 questions, not much, very easy. Still loading. Okay, just one sec. I don't know why it's not loading. Let me just check.
Krishna Mataji, do we get the link for this?
Get for the Kahoot?
Yes.
Just one sec. It's not loading. Just one sec. It's kind of got stuck. Just give me a second.
Do we need
Yeah.
our mobile phones for this also, along with the laptop?
For answering, you need another device. Okay, one sec. I think it's closed. Let me just. I had to close it because it wasn't responding. So I'm just opening it again. Just give me a minute.
Meanwhile, everybody can just go through your notes. While they get extra time, bonus time.
Bonus time. Yeah. Still says loading. Yep. Okay, so 9374291.
We add this in our phone.
Yeah. So if you have the app, or you go to www.kahoot.it, and then it'll ask you for game pin. Okay, everyone in? Are we waiting for anyone?
Only 6.
How many are we?
3, 4 more to go. I think we are 10 of us.
Yeah.
11 of us. So
Yeah.
10 people. So 4 more people.
I did not get the number, please.
9374291.
If we get the link, it will be easy.
9374291.
Yeah. What about Archana? And
How many verses are coming,
Archana
Mataji?
said. How many?
How many verses are for the test?
23.
No.
Actually,
Uh,
I'm device.
Everyone in? Archana, you're in. Am I waiting for anyone? Should I start? Not sure. No reply. Okay, let me check. Meena is here.
2 more have to be there actually.
Yeah. I'm not sure who. Sheetal is here.
Well, Sheetal is not there.
He's not there.
I
Only one device.
Please check who's not there.
Anjali is not there. Anjali and Sheetal.
Anjali and Sheetal. Yeah.
People does not have a device, so she's written on the chat that she won't be able to join.
Acha, okay. So then what's happening with Anjali? I think internet?
She was trying to log in. She was asking for the pin. I don't know.
Actually, Mataji, I also one device.
You can try it on your. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how to do it on the laptop itself. You can do 2 pages. Not sure.
I am also doing it on the same device.
Yeah.
But I think you can do it from the same device. Kids managed to do it.
Yes.
So
So you said 9347291.
9374291.
374
I didn't
Okay.
write it. Actually.
Vishaka, you need to come back. Because if you're idle, it logs you out.
Oh, connection lost. Please do not. Oh, no, it says you are in. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, should I start?
Sure.
Anjali? Yeah, Anjali is here.
Finally, Anjali is here.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. All the best, everyone.
Thank you.
It's very easy. Choose the qualities of the representative of Srila Vyasadeva.
So where is the?
You have 2 devices, Anjali, or 1?
No, one. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Questions are not visible on the quiz.
Very difficult.
And your fingers have to be like Spider-Man.
Yep.
Fadafat, fadafat.
Why are pure devotees more powerful than the waters of the Ganges?
So where are the options?
See the colors. You just have to look at the question, see the colors.
Question is there, but then
Okay,
Come on,
catching up.
super fast.
You must do fast.
Hmm.
True or false? Prabhupada means representatives of the whole lotus feet of the Lord. True or false?
बहुत टाइम दे दिया आपने true or false.
दोनों के लिए रोते हो आप. Neha's on fire. Come on, Neha. Choose the qualities of people in Kali Yuga.
Neha is very competitive.
Come on, Neha. Okay, well done. Anuradha, catching up. Hema's way ahead. Okay, double points. Time to catch up. List in order of disciples. Example from the first. Who's the first? Then who comes? Who's the disciple? Then the disciple. Then the last disciple. Who's right on top?
How to drag it?
Just choose it. Don't drag it. Choose that first.
It's not,
Choose the color in order.
we are not able to choose.
it's
We are not
not
able
happen.
to choose,
You just
Mataji.
have to click the color in
Now
order.
we are clicking, but it is not working.
Okay.
So I know the order, I misticked it.
You can untick it. You can untick it. हाँ हाँ मैंने किया
Can I
था.
do that?
Yeah.
हाँ, करो करो जल्दी करो.
No, it's showing now because I've submitted it. That's why.
Neha, what a jump.
But we were not able to do it. How did you do, Neha?
Okay, next. Which
By
of the
dragging it,
Purusha
dragging it.
avatars of the Lord? Okay. So, which are the three Purusha avatars? Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshani, and Shirodakshani.
Shirodakshana.
Correct. True or false? Sages asked 7 questions to Sutta Goswami. How many questions?
6.
I think इसमें eye-hand coordination is also very crucial.
Yeah.
Sutta Goswami or spiritual masters compared to a
Captain of a ship.
You're not supposed to speak. Mute yourself. Still 2 people got it wrong. Okay. True or false again? $1,000 your sacrifice, not 100. Last one. True. Okay, let's see the podium now. Third, Neha, well done. 6 out of 10. Vinti and Hema, I'm sure.
Oh,
Yay!
where is Emma?
Well done. Anuradha and Veenu, runners up. Well done. Mataji's excellent. Let me just stop this. Yes, so very nice. Excellent. Well done. So congratulations, we finished the first chapter. And next chapter is Divinity and Divine Service. So the 6 questions asked in this chapter will be answered in the next 2 chapters. And then more questions come. Yeah. Okay. So we stop
Mataji,
for
what was
today.
the last question and the verse number? I missed that.
23, the last verse is the last question. Whom did the religious principles take shelter of after Sri Krishna has departed?
Okay.
Whom did the religious principles take shelter of? That was the last question, verse number 23.
Okay, thank you.
And what was the 5th question? Which verse? I did not get.
Sorry, you're breaking, I didn't hear.
Yeah, Leela
The
Avtar's
question.
18th verse, Leela Avtar.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so we stop for today. If there's nothing else, shall we stop?
Thank you so much, Mataji.